was sitting with my partner at the bookstore, and it's so funny because every time we meet new people and strangers, the conversations always revolve around the same things because like attracts like, right? So we're sitting with this guy and he was talking to me about this journey of spiritual awakening and business and all that stuff, like all intertwined, and essentially explaining the idea that a lot of people go outward and seek external things first before they return to self. So what exactly does this mean? Seeking validation, identity, purpose, or answers from the external world first is incorrect, because their priorities are chasing success, relationship status, or whatever it may be. These are all things that are bound to make them feel unfulfilled, which is exactly the wrong formula to be using when you want to create success or abundance. That's the way that everybody else is doing it in the world, and that's why they're failing so badly, is because you have to go inward within yourself before you go outward. That is the fate of anybody who tries to take that approach in life, and you'll see the pattern repeated many, many times. When the foundation for things like self-belief, confidence, and authenticity are not solidified, the person becomes confused, and eventually this confusion leads to burnout. So what do you do instead? 2 words: you go inward. The way to go inward is to, number 1, build self-awareness. Number 2, ground yourself emotionally. And number 3, prioritize self-reflection at all times. Because doing this is going to foster consistent growth, opportunities, abundance, and everything that you've ever wanted. The best piece of advice I've ever learned in my life, in any aspect of life, is to prioritize learning skills rather than making money. If the position you're in your life right now is that you are young, you are broke, and you are lost, prioritize learning skills, because skills is something that people are willing to invest money in. And let me elaborate on that. Making money only comes when you have a skill that people are willing to pay for. The more that you invest in yourself, the more other people invest in you. And the reason for this is because they have a high ROI, a high return on investment. They are willing to put big money into things that they think people are really, really good at. And it's like a matter of asking yourself, what do you have that people are willing to pay for that they cannot go to somebody else and find the exact same thing? Like, what is something that you have that is not going to be able to, people are not going to be able to replicate? In turn, this creates a life of freedom, because the time and energy, blood, sweat, and tears that you would have put into your 9-to-5 job or whatever other project that you've been working on, you can actually buy yourself real freedom because you work on your own time, on your own flow. You know, lots of women really struggle with working at 9-to-5 jobs because of the fact that we have a 28-day cycle. You are buying all of those things back to invest in something that you actually care about. Most likely, if you're watching this video, you are somebody who is maybe fresh out of school, maybe still in school, but you're mostly just trying to navigate a way to a purposeful life that also means making purposeful money to support your family, pay off your school debt, whatever it is, whatever objective you have, this is for you. So how do you transition from being someone who goes outward to somebody who goes inward? Detachment from the end goal of achieving something. I said this once before on my channel, but I said, have a goal in mind, but remain detached. This is the biggest hack that anybody will ever tell you, is like obsessively and relentlessly chasing after goals is not going to get you what you want. And the reason that this is the first step to going inward is because most people that are going outward to begin with, the one quality that they all share is that they chase after things obsessively. Happiness is sustained through the decisions that you make today in order to feel better tomorrow. And in order to feel even better 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now. You cannot just relentlessly chase after things. You need to become the person that can attract those types of things. Another really important aspect of going inward is always listening to your body, because it's going to be the biggest indicator when things are not going right. It's always going to be telling you when something that you're doing doesn't align with you. And I mentioned on my online community that your best life is one decision away. It takes one decision and being in the right place at the right time to end up with the best opportunities. And consistent good decisions for yourself is going to bring you one step closer to being in the right place at the right time, because you made those decisions, because those right decisions led to where you need to be. It takes recognizing what's going to put that burning desire inside of you to do something that you love, so that you can actually wake up and love what you do every single day. This is another really important one. Stop putting a huge wall up between you and a good life, or anything in life worth having for that matter. I'm going to use luxury as an example for this. And the reason I'm using luxury is because it's one that a lot of us do or grew up doing. We grew up believing that is supposedly unattainable, and anybody that is correlated with it is somehow automatically put on a pedestal. But why? Granted, its importance to me has really diminished over the years. I don't think that it's like a huge deal to me anymore. And I'm really happy about that, because if it is, that means that you are making a distinction between you and luxury, or you and riches, or you and abundance, and you're just making this huge gap. You're like, this is me and this is them, or this is me and this could never be me because that is so far away from me. Stop making that distinction and close the gap. We put people who have nice things on pedestals because we believe that we can never have those nice things either. But if we did believe it, we wouldn't be impressed by it when you think about it, right? Sure, everybody likes nice things and everybody admires beautiful things, but is it sensible to keep making that distinction too obvious to ourselves, like making it so obvious to ourselves we're like, I'm here and that's over there? No, it's not. And it's not useful at all. It doesn't bring more abundance, more wealth, more luxury, more prosperity, whatever it is that you want. I would really recommend reading books or consuming content that are centered around internal transformation. One, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And basically the idea of being untethered means to be free of something, which means you're not tethered to something. You are a free bird, my love, and that's the entire concept of what I'm trying to talk about here. The Power of Now is another really good one. It's a very famous one as well. It's a book I talk about a lot, which is basically practicing how to be in the present moment so that you can fully embrace life with open arms instead of ruminating on the past, worried about things that aren't going to work out for you in the future, because we don't want to do any of those things. This formula of going inward into yourself and focusing on the message that you want to share to the world, so basically going in and then sharing out, is not anything new. I'm not talking about anything crazy or like a newfound discovery. This has been around for thousands of years. People just don't know about it. But to be honest, nobody wants to do it because it seems like the harder path, right? It takes having to look at your traumas, your limiting beliefs, all the people that you surround yourself with, what decisions you make on a day-to-day basis. In the short term, this is the harder way out, but in the long term, this is what gets you real rewards. Most of what you learn on the journey is not even tangible. Like, you get tangible items, you get nice things, but for the most part, it's you learning how to be a better person, how to talk to people better, how to be a better communicator, all these different skills that you wouldn't have learned. Because money can do a lot for you, but people can do even more when you can learn from them. That's what I always say. And that's what I always try to force myself to do too. Is like, now I force myself to talk to people because I'm like, I need to learn. Focus on learning instead of earning, just for now, when you're young, broke, and lost. In other words, it's really uncomfortable, but sitting in that comfort doesn't do anything for you, doesn't make you grow, but it especially doesn't get you paid. Find yourself, go deeper, uncover truths about yourself, find something within yourself that you can offer to the world that they cannot find anywhere else, because that is where success lies. Not only does this become so freeing because you're literally getting paid to be you, you're literally getting paid to exist, but you also feel that this is purposeful because you're offering a service to other people that is bettering their lives. That's it. That's the formula. It's not complicated. Just become your own best friend and watch how your life transforms. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.